We're here. It's Friday. And all that means is that we're getting another leg day done. Pretty much. At a certain point here, I'm going to eventually stop using like weekday and just like actually using the names for them. I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, that's upper day. That's my lower day. That's, it's the push, pull, or legs day. Feel like I'll go get my car fixed on a pull day. We're only a little ways out from that. As goofy as it sounds. All in all, workout yesterday was good. Just with it being more crowded in the gym, I've always kind of played by feel. I do live in a small town area, and the gym that I go to is a part of that small town area, so people can be a little particular about what they like and what they don't like. And I've only had a handful of instances where people have been either upset by the camera or upset that I'm talking or anything like to that nature. So even while it's not necessarily likely, sometimes I just play by what I think if you read the room would make sense. So that was what I did yesterday. I do think, though, yesterday I've probably had my best experience with the crossbody row with the cable machine. And I think the biggest tip, like the biggest cue that I had that helped me was keeping my chest facing up, right? And not allowing it to pull my shoulder blades down and out. Keeping that up, and then it keeps my lats in a more engaged position coming up here, and it was something magical, I'm telling you. It's little things that you find out, no matter how much you research something, no matter how much you put into wanting to build the best program, you also have to execute it to the best of your ability. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not so good, but you'll learn. And at the end of the day, we're human beings. We are literally it's engineered in us to make a mistake to figure something out. So, all that being said, legs today. That means we're doing some RDL action. Yeah. Some leg extension action. Yeah. Some leg curl action. Respectable. It's all just... My leg days are so standard. At least for legs, I do things that I tend to enjoy doing, and I also I don't stray far away from what I believe just works, right? And what works are the simple exercises. What works are the machines that allow you to target the muscle and isolate them. What works is what you can keep doing consistently without, dreading. I feel like my leg days over these past few weeks, and since I really honed in on my routine, have actually been semi-enjoyable. And it's kept me more, not so much wanting to do them, but just going, oh, okay, it is leg day. Like, it is what it is. And not being like, fuck, I gotta do leg day. Distinct difference there. But a little bit of what I'm thinking this morning. Got work, and then after work, we're gotta go right after it, so you guys will just have to give me a little bit to get through the shift and start hitting legs. See you guys in a minute. Okay, a little bit of warm-up was done. Doing some RDLs, kind of start things off. Looks a little weird on the bar, but for how the range of motion has to go, if I'm to use the 45-pound plates, I'm gonna hit the bottom of the plate on something. trying to get that full stretch, you know. So this is a little easier, plus as we get into later sets, I take some weight off, and I'd rather not have to do it all from scratch. You know, if you want to go from 45 to 35, I have to take off the 45, then put a 25 on, then put a 10 on, when I could just instead take off 2 plates that are smaller. You know, be a little efficient at the same time. But let's see if we can get the hamstrings cooking today. I actually think that these bars here are like the exact height I want them to be. I think if it was even like a centimeter taller, he'd be fucking with me, but things are good. Set 2 coming up. I'm actually pulling the camera back a little bit. I still don't know how I haven't gotten the hang of keeping things nicely in frame versus just in frame. But that's a me problem, right? This is the same weight. I'm looking for 6. If we can get more, we can get more. But in theory, we should be just around 6. And then we'll drop down probably just to the 135. Okay. I'll take 7. I cut it a little close on that one though. I did not feel like I had it, but that's good. We'll drop it to 135. This slinger wants to come off properly. And that marks our halfway point for RDLs today. Not a bad start. Set 3. Let's do it. Well, I say let's do it, but it's been probably about a minute at most since I stopped the video. So we'll give ourselves a little more time. Just rest, relax. Then we'll get right into it. I will say though, if you ever wanted a gym to yourself, it seems like Friday's the day. I don't know what it is about Fridays around here, but it's dead, man. Commitments don't die just because it's a weekend. You still do what you got to and what you ought to. For yourself, for your health, all that stuff. Or, for if you want to look big, this thing just splashed, bro. That's annoying. I hope it's not broken. Oh well. think we're ready for this one. 135. Going up and then going down. Okay. That's good. I want to get that energy, that explosivity on it. I feel like that helps a lot. One more. I'm gonna keep it that weight. We'll do 6. Maybe long length partials. I don't know how comfortable I am with that, but all in all, feeling good. I forgot to say, between this set and when I cut, I checked my weight. 186 on the dot now. So again, a few things can maybe make that a little more difficult to tell. Time of day that you weigh, clothing you're wearing, that sort of thing. But the trend is going down very little at a time. And that's what we want. If we're losing too much, might be telling me not hitting enough protein. What's going on? My body's like, dude, I don't have enough to synthesize. Don't have enough to maintain the muscle you got going on right now. But if we just stick to the same amount of protein we were hitting before, the macros just fall in, right? We just have more carbs than we do fats. Which, I mean, I've always heard the complaint that like, oh, in cutting, I feel so hungry. I feel like I can never eat. I feel like I never have enough food, blah, 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 right? But in my case, when I've been cutting, I feel like I just eat whenever I'm hungry, but I eat things that are heavy in carbs. Like, you know, I eat a lot of white rice right now. White rice, chicken, that sort of thing, obviously. The go-to stuff. And I find that it fills me, and it's only like 600 calories at a bigger portion because it's leaner. It doesn't have all those extra fats. And I find that I'm almost able to eat more and still keep my cravings. It's a weird process, but I also think that I'm in like a different case from most people because the metabolism is very high. It allows me to get away with a lot of stuff, and that's just my body. So it might be a blessing in disguise that the bulk was this hard. Dude, if I could just get wider legs, like that's the thing. I'm so tall. Or lanky, not tall, but proportionally wise. All right, enough with the yap. I talk a lot sometimes, dude. As much as I try and be quiet. Let's do this last one. 135, looking for good 6. And then, depending on how we feel, maybe some long length partials. If it's comfortable, if it feels like I can do that. Let's see what we do. Oof. Ooh. Ugh. Ugh. Nope. I did not feel comfortable allowing that to stop at the halfway point. So instead we got 7. Maybe not the long leg partial, though. I believe next, we're moving to next room. We're doing some quad extensions. Work the other muscle. Give the hamstrings a break. But let's see. Okay. Warmed up on the quad extension. Warm-ups are pretty quick. Honestly, I'm starting to get into the groove of it a bit more. We're looking for 180 though. That's big weight. That's pretty much my body weight. Which maybe to some people isn't that impressive, but I think it is. Okay. Let's just do it. 180 going up. $180. Next one's gonna be 170 then. Well, to say I feel heavy stimulation is an understatement, dude. Ooh. Quads feel crazy. I really haven't done much. Just the one set. We're gonna look for 170, then 160, then ended on 150. I'm only doing it that way because eventually these are gonna get greater in difference, right? Eventually it's gonna be 180 to 170, and it might be 190 to 170. And then vice versa. Like these are gonna end up being percentages and not so much just a 10-pound. But it's gonna take time to do that. I'm just gonna push 170 now. And on to the next. Okay. Yeah. The third one here. 160. We're gonna see what this takes us. This is where it gets fucking tough. Just gotta walk in a little bit. more, 150. Okay, doing the last one. 150. It's gonna be like 6 and a handful of partials. And then we're just gonna go right next to the other one, which is leg curl. See how that takes us. Almost there. We're done with that. Move on. Get me off that machine. Curls are next. Alright, we're gonna get underway with this. First set's gonna be same 180. Tell you what, I'm feeling fucking dead. Actually, I think that does want to be up one. Like one, not two. There we go. A little shaky on a few of those, but I'm dropping the weight down anyway. 170. On to 2. So 170 is coming up now. Ugh. Big force. And a big thing I want to not do is like let that weight hit the bottom there, lose all the tension when you get to this point. It's like, I don't know, it kind of defeats the purpose of constant tension if you can let the weight fall and not keep yourself in that constant struggle with it. I don't think I have the right wording on that, but I feel like the point is the same. On to the third set. 160. Almost there. Almost there. All right, 160. See if we can throw this around. We got one more left. And it just might kill me. But we're just about done. It's like a triumph, you know. And I just talked about how much I've been liking my leg days, and this one just put me through the ringer. Oh well, happens. Ugh. All right, final one. Looking again for 6, and then something like long length partials. Just a handful. Ugh, make sure we can't do much more. Yeah. Okay, can't do it. They weren't great, but they're done. Let's possibly check it out real quick and then get me out of here. We're just gonna look really quickly. The legs, again, I don't know much about how to pose them, so it's just nice to check. I really need to get this division here. You see there's one step here, and then it cuts this way, and it cuts this way. And I want to have that separation a bit more. Pretty equal, though, all around. And having that peak at the top is another thing. All stuff to kind of look at and look forward to. The calves are cramping up for how little work I do on them. Hamstrings are one that, I mean, I just feel like I'm not especially good with. No, well, what can you do? I'm done until next week, so I will see you guys back on Monday. Well, at this point, you'll probably see it on Monday. That's when my uploading normally goes. But yeah, if you stay this long, as always, thank you for watching. And until I see you guys again, be kinder than necessary. Peace.